everyone, welcome back to the Critic-Verse. Today we're continuing with our recap and review of The Boys spin-off Gen V with episode 4 titled The Whole Truth. Now, before we get to the recap, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to follow along as we continue reviewing season 1 of the show. Keep updated on all things Critic-Verse and help me reach my current goal of 500 subscribers. Quick reminder, this video will contain spoilers from the episode, so make sure you've seen the episode before you continue watching. And now, let's get to the video. Once again, the title of the episode is The Whole Truth, which is referring to the in-universe true crime show of the same name. And the host of the show is Tek Knight, an Iron Man / Batman inspired hero from the comics. But he seems to be more Sherlock Holmes based on the show. And the episode has Tek Knight investigating the Golden Boy situation and interviews most of our main cast. But it turns out that he's just another cog in the Vought machine, and he's really just there to find a patsy to blame this on, and to keep the secret of the woods safe. And there's also a funny joke / Easter egg with the title of the show being called The Hole. Now, the episode begins as Dean Shetty and Dr. Cardoza are examining the dead guard looking for a cause. And the only explanation Dr. Cardoza has is that Sam had his way with the skull. But Dean Shetty finds a small boot near the blood in the drain. Marie found the tracker Andre had on Emma in a crater with blood on it, blaming Andre for putting Emma in that situation. And just then, new rankings come out. Andre and Jordan stay the same, but Marie is now bumped up to number 2. Jordan points out that they're in over their heads, and Kate agrees as they all go home. Emma awakens to Sam watching over her. He took them to a rundown drive-in movie theater he and Luke used to go to. Emma suggests that they look for a phone, but Sam insists that he has to get in touch with Luke. And Emma, unfortunately, has to be the bearer of bad news about Luke's death. And Sam initially thinks it's a joke, but once he realizes it's not, he lashes out, destroying things around them before curling up in the fetal position. And when Emma's superhero lands in front of him, she promises not to leave him, even though he claims that everyone leaves sooner or later. Cut to an intro for a true crime show on Vought Plus, titled The Whole Truth with Tek Knight. He monologues his episode's intro on God U and Golden Boy, and we get to see how performative his whole act really is. And he has a roller coaster of a first meeting with Dean Shetty as he flexes his powers of deduction and reveals he knows all about the woods, and he's here on behalf of Vought to cover it up. Dean Shetty tells him to stay away from the top 5 students, but also she has to cover up the fact that Sam escaped from the woods from Tek Knight as well. Andre and Kate continue to find comfort in each other, and Andre reveals to Kate that his dad knew about the woods before he told him. And his dad being a part of all this shakes his core belief in his father. Marie goes to a psychic student named Rufus to get assistance in finding Emma. He proves he's good by sensing that she also wants to find Emma, but also her sister as well, and tells Marie he'll need something of Emma's and for Marie to get close so he can get a stronger connection. Cut to black as Marie awakens in Rufus's room with him standing in front of her almost naked, and Jordan banging on the door. He tries to calm her down, but she uses her powers to explode his member in a particularly graphic scene as Jordan kicks the door down. And in the hallway, Jordan and Marie bicker about how reckless Marie is being and how she's taking advantage or not taking advantage of being number 2. But then we get to see that the two have a moment that they break with an awkward joke. Tech Knight conducts his interviews with the three people closest to Golden Boy, Andre, and his dad, as he was Luke's best friend, saying that Andre took Luke's life essentially, his ranking and his girlfriend, and that was the cause before Andre blows up at Tech Knight and his dad. He interviews Jordan on the aspect that saying that if Luke wasn't there, then he'd be number one, and that Brink would have made sure of it. Interviews Kate because she put her life on hold for Luke. Emma regains size, and she and Sam continue to bond as Sam tries to lift Emma's perception of her powers by making jokes, and she does the same for him when he's worried she'll leave. But as Sam walks away, he starts hearing things. Dean Shetty questions Marie about Emma's whereabouts, but Marie lies, but Dean Shetty also lies back to her when asking why she's asking about Emma. Turns out Tech Knight is the guest lecturer for their class today, and he talks about his interrogation techniques. And when he asks for a volunteer, he obviously picks Marie because she's one of the few people who doesn't volunteer. Tech Knight's constant probing pokes holes in Marie's story, so she's forced to admit the whole truth, that she ran and Jordan was the one that actually fought Luke, and her number 2 ranking is a lie, and she leaves. Dean Shetty is pissed that he went after her number 2, but Tech Knight reveals he couldn't pin the whole Golden Boy murder on any of the students, but he can pin it on Dean Shetty. Says it's better than letting Vought know that she let Sam escape the woods. And Sam is starting to have an episode as he starts imagining a Sesame Street style show with the Deep Muppet and TV's Jason Ritter as a Mr. Rogers type, telling Sam that he can't keep Emma safe as long as Dr. Cardoza is alive. He starts arguing with the hallucinations, and when Emma tries to comfort him, he runs out and Brave Maeve jumps away. Andre, upset at his dad, takes it out on his statue by crushing it by the skull, until Kate confronts him and he looks for comfort in her arms. Jordan wonders why Marie finally told the truth and wants to know what her angle is. Marie says she doesn't have one, and as the two get closer, Jordan shifts to male form and they kiss, and keep kissing till Emma bursts in the room. Emma fills Marie and Jordan in on who Sam is going after, and fortunately for them, Jordan knows where Dr. Cardoza lives. Dean Shetty brings Tech Knight away from the campus security cameras and into the woods, where she reveals that she knows he has a brain tumor, but that she also knows this tumor is causing him to have a sort of need to defile every hole he comes across, and she presents video proof. And Tech Knight plays ball and doesn't blame anybody and records a new outro for his show saying that this is just a tragedy and no one is to blame, but gets distracted by a new hole he sees along the way. Back in the real world, Dr. Cardoza comes home to find his partner and child cowering from Sam. Sam's episode, he believes that the people aren't real and that they're just puppets, which is probably what he sees when he accidentally kills people. The group tries to stop Sam, but Emma tries to talk him down. When Andre insults Sam, he makes quick work of Andre, and Marie isn't much of a match either, but Jordan steps in and once again is the only one that can stand a chance against someone as strong as Sam. And then, in female form, tosses Sam outside with her powers. Next, Emma is shown eating more food, which does the opposite of the purging and allows her to hold Sam down. And she tries to get through to him. And Marie starts talking to Sam. And then another strong cut to black with Marie then waking up in bed with female Jordan. Ending the episode with Tech Knight's greatest hits of him getting the whole truth. Wow, this episode was definitely the shortest episode so far, but it was definitely the craziest episode so far. And I mean that literally and figuratively. And a couple of thoughts that I had on the episode. First thought is that the episode is filled with these jarring cuts that plays with the audience's perception. For instance, Sam, when he's mid-episode, they have multiple rough cuts on his face that give his episodes a distorted feeling that puts him away from reality. And then we get two strong cuts to black scenes with Marie. The first happens when she's with the Rufus character, but the second time is a mystery so far. And the introduction of Tech Knight from the comics in Gen V instead of the boys is an interesting take, as he feels like less of a superhero and more of an actor, to which he probably is, and it's probably why Andre refers to him as a hack. And in the comics, he's more of an Iron Man / Batman spoof, which they probably changed to a Sherlock spoof for budgetary reasons. But his proclivity for holes is from the comics, as he'll do just about anything to anything. Sam and Emma feel like this can only go bad for their ship, as Sam feels like a baby duck that's just imprinting on Emma, since he lost Luke. And we also get to learn that one of the other majors at the school is hero management, as it's shown that Kate stopped being in the crime fighting track and joined hero management to be Luke's manager. Dean Shetty is revealed to be just a human character, which I found pretty interesting as the dean of a superhuman school. And I figured she'd have mind powers at least to be able to get how she keeps influencing people, but maybe she's just really good at manipulating. And a theory that's been floating around about Emma turns out to be true, as many people theorize that if Emma pukes to shrink, then the opposite is also true, and we're shown that she carbo loads to grow. Okay, something interesting to add is that as the group continues to fight in the backyard before everything goes dark, Kate is nowhere to be found, and I think she could be betraying the group. Because she's also the only one there with mind powers, and what happened to Marie could be what happens to other people that Kate does this to. Because we're shown in episode 3 that Kate touches Sam and he instantly knocks out. This could be the other side of that perception. But anyway, where do you think Kate was when all of this goes down? Do you think she's the traitor among the group? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me in the Critic-Verse, and I'll see you next time.